what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tradingofftilt. Today we're just going to be going over a little bit of an update on Bitcoin's Elliott wave count. So I'm not going to be going too into depth on the higher time frames. I just want to show you guys what we could be looking at more locally in this area right here, because I think we could have actually bottomed out. We could squeeze in 5 ways for this move right here. So we're going to go into that a little bit later. I'll show you guys the context of what we could be looking at for this whole section right here. If this is all wave 3 up here and this is all wave 4 here, then the first option we could be looking at would be the flat count, as many of you guys probably know. And this would be an A wave down here, upper B wave, and the C wave could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the completed wave C. So this could be a completion of a running flat down here, but it could also be the completion of the first wave 1 of an expanded flat, in which case we just do something like this. We come up for the wave 2, back down for the wave 3, and keep impulsing down. That's the first option. The second option for the flat would be this one right here, where we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for the wave 1. We came up for the wave 2, and now we're coming down for an extended wave 3. So this would be the first minute wave 1 of the wave 3, in which case we just come up for this minute wave 2, and then just roll back over for this 3, 4, 5. That's the second option for the expanded flat. And I showed you guys in my last video this one right here, but I don't think this is as valid anymore, because on some exchanges we actually came into this wick right here. So for example, on Bybit, this wick is a little bit lower, something like that, and we've already crossed this, which would have invalidated this being a wave 3, 4. So I'm not going to be going off this count. I'm just going to be mainly going off those two counts I showed you guys earlier. This one, where this is a 1, 2, and we're coming down for an extended third wave, or this count right here, or not that one, that's the local count, or this one right here. So this would be a 1, 2. This would be a larger one being put in down here. Now the second count we could be going over would be the WXY, which would be an ABC for an expanded flat for the W wave, ABC zigzag for the X wave, and an ABC zigzag for the Y wave. So we would be looking for a completion in down here for the wave C, since we could count a clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave C, and it comes pretty close to the 1-to-1 on log scale. Yep, so you guys can actually see it down here. It came pretty close to this 1-to-1. So there's a pretty good case this wave C would be put in the case of a WXY. So we have to wait and see to get some more volume, get some more confirmation off these lows to kind of confirm that this low was put in. But that's another option we could be looking at. The third option would be the running flat, or rather running triangle. So let's zoom out a little bit more. Now I'm not a huge fan of this count because we don't get nice declining volume for the most part. You want to see declining volume throughout the progression of this triangle, like I mentioned many times, and we don't really get that. We kind of get more steady volume. You know, we get declining volume at first, and then it kind of tapers off and it starts increasing a little bit actually. So I'm not a huge fan of this count, but it is a possibility, especially if we come up for this wave C, make some sort of zigzag off the wave C, and then get a rejection up here. That's when we could start considering it more strongly, but for now I'm not too enthusiastic about it. And yeah, those are the main counts that I'm going to be considering. So let's zoom into this section right here to show you guys what we could be looking at. Alright guys, so we're zoomed in on the 5-minute chart. In the last count that I was showing you guys in my previous video, in the previous Bitcoin Elliott wave count video on the 5-minute chart, is that this is all on ABC, which would look something like this, where this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave A, this is down for wave B, and then up for wave C for a ending diagonal for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But upon further inspection, this wave 3, 4 actually, so rather this wave 4 doesn't overlap this wave 1. In a diagonal, you want to see overlap between the wave 4 and the wave 1, which we actually don't get by a smidgen. So we don't get any overlap, which would invalidate this being a diagonal. So what we could actually say, instead of saying this is a diagonal, is that this is all a wave 1 up here. This is a wave 2. Then we could count up 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave 3. Down for this wave 4, up for this wave 5, for this minuet wave 3, down for this minuet wave 4, which actually doesn't overlap this wave 1 right here. So if we take out a array tool, we actually don't get any overlap between this wave 4 and this wave 1. which would validate this count, and this wave 5 would come in right here. Now the only problem with this count is this wave 1 is a little bit messy, so we can just zoom in a little bit more. So we might be able to call this a expanding diagonal for this wave 1. Maybe this is some sort of A, B, C running flat. But we can't really count up to 5 waves. We can't really get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because this wave 3, 4 overlaps this wave 1 if we're calling this wave 1. And this wave 1, if we're calling it an expanding diagonal, this actually wouldn't technically be valid because this wave 3 is shorter than this wave 1. So if we compare the length of this wave 1 compared to the bottom of wave 2, which would be right here, then we can see this wave 3 is barely shorter than this wave 1. And in an expanding diagonal, you want to see wave 3 longer than wave 1 and wave 5 longer than wave 3. In which case, we don't really get the same relationship between wave 3 and wave 1. So it's technically not valid, but because it's on a lower time frame, we're on the 5-minute chart, we might be able to give it a little bit more leeway and say this is maybe some sort of running flat for all we know. Or this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to just assume that this is a wave 1 up here. And keep it in mind that this is a very messy wave 1. Everything else beyond that makes perfect sense, where this is a wave 1. So this would be a microwave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will all be a microdegree. And this wave 3 makes perfect sense because this wave 4 doesn't overlap this wave 1. This would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this microwave 1. Down for this microwave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For this microwave 3, you might be able to say this is a wave 1 here, or 1 down here, extended wave 3, wave 5 right here. Down for this wave 4, and then you'd probably see this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave 3, rather for this wave 5 to complete this wave 3. So everything beyond this wave 1 makes perfect sense. So if we're giving this wave 1 a little bit of leeway, then we could make a 5-wave impulse by saying this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this. This could all be a wave 1. So let's zoom out a little bit more. And if this is all a wave 1 right here, then that would mean this could all be a wave 2, and this could all be the start of a wave 3. So that would look something like this. 1, 2, this could all be a wave 3, 4, 5. And this is all of minuet degree, rather if this, so this would be a minute wave 1, so this we'd have to call this all minor wave 1 right here. And this could all be minor wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be the first wave of the wave 3, in which case we're just going to come up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave 3, down for the wave 4, up for the wave 5. Now, what we want to see to validate this count would basically be seeing this wave 3 come beyond the 1-to-1 of this wave 1. So I'm going to put all these things in a folder to make it a little bit cleaner for you guys. Let's hide this count for now. And what we would want to see is, so if this is the top of wave 1 right here, then let's compare the length of this wave 1 to the bottom of this wave 2, which would be right here. And the target for a zigzag would be the 1-to-1 right here. So if we end up coming up to this 1-to-1 and get a rejection, it's more likely a zigzag than a wave 3. So if we get something like this and get a rejection, it's more likely that it's a wave. So it could be the first, this is an extended wave 3, it could be a wave 2 up to wave 3. We could keep going up, coming up like this. But I would say if we get a rejection right around this 1-to-1, it's more likely that it is a zigzag, in which case this is an A, B, C. So we have to keep that in mind. But if we end up coming all the way to this 1.618 up here or higher, then I'm going to say it's more likely this is all a wave 3. And we're going to come down for the wave 4, obviously, and then back up for the wave 5 to make a 5-wave impulse. Now, zooming into this wave 2 right here, we could probably call this all not an expanded flat. This would all be a running flat if we were to force it into A, B, C down for this A wave. This would be an A down here, up for a B wave, down for a C wave. That's probably what I would count it just looking at it upon first glance. This would probably be an A, B, C for the wave B, A, B, C for the wave A, 1, 2, or this could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the wave 3, down for the wave 5. This would be wave 3, 4, down for the wave 5 for this wave C. That makes sense to me, and then this could be a wave 3 like I mentioned, so we have to wait and see to see if this comes beyond this 1 to 1. If we get a rejection around it like I mentioned, keep in mind this could just be a zigzag. The target for a zigzag, if this is A, B, C, would be we could use channeling. So if this is the bottom of wave A, and this is the bottom of wave B, so the end of wave B right here, then the target would be the top of this channel, which we actually already came into it, but we could come back into it around this 1 to 1 and then get a rejection. But like I mentioned, just to summarize, if we come a little bit higher, if we come above the channel, get a back test and keep moving up, it's more likely it's wave 3 in my opinion. So that's basically all I wanted to go over in this video. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what I'm looking at in the charts for Bitcoin, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video and in the Discord server. Take care. Bye.